Welcome back, everybody, to the Multi-Gen Collectibles YouTube channel, where we are reuniting with this collection of basketball and baseball and some non-sports cards from about 1988 to 1994. Again, as I've said on many videos, this is my collection that I shared with my grandmother, and I'm slowly realizing that it was less and less and less of the cards that I collected and way more and more and more of the cards that she collected. With the exception of this box, which I am now sharing with you for the first time in this series of videos, for the first time going through them in over 30 years. And we have some cool stuff, man. We've got some really cool Michael Jordan cards, some really cool rookie cards, some really cool inserts, some Magic Johnson inserts. And we are currently in video number 4, taking a look at this box that was labeled Skybox Extras, in which we are finding out that it is not just Skybox. It's mostly Skybox, but we had some Upper Deck and some NBA hoops as well. So this is where we left off from the previous video in part 3 with the Los Angeles Clippers, and we are gonna be finishing this box in this video series today. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Talk a little bit about the cards, talk a little bit about the players as we go through and reunite ourselves with this very artistic and creative set. The one thing I loved about the Skybox style was you had the player and then you had an artistic design and artistic element, which really screams out early 90s. But here's what's interesting. You have the player highlighted and that's it. And it really leaves you to wonder what is going on outside of the player in that photo. And then you have stuff like this where you have the player that the card is of with another player, right? And it just throws a whole different element to what the card design could be. Danny Manning, look at that. Some people considered him for many years as the greatest Clipper to ever play the game. Bo Kimball, shout out to Bo Kimball, man. Shout out to Bo Kimball. Looking like we're back to the Miami Heat for a little bit. A couple more cards. There's my Lakers. I was waiting for the Lakers to pop up. I was wondering where the Lakers were going to be, and here they are. All right, here we go. James Worthy kicking it off with the goggles. Look at that. Eldon Campbell recently passed away. May he rest in peace. Michael Thompson, Klay Thompson's dad. Terry Teague. Tony Smith. Oh, there's another Byron Scott. Byron Scott. Sam Perkins. Larry Drew. Oh, that's it? Damn, that's it. No Magic Johnson. No Magic Johnson. Oh, back to some Lakers. Okay, all right, we'll take that. So for some reason, it looked like these cards. Oh, there's Magic. Notice it says Irvin, right? Irvin Magic Johnson. Such a dope card. Look at the arrows, the 3D arrows pointing in the direction that he is throwing the ball at. No look passes like crazy. You better be ready. If you're on the court with Magic, you better be ready for anything. And if you're watching the game, you might miss it. You better be ready as well. You may have just missed a really dope Magic Johnson play. There's Magic again, D'ing up on Gary Grant. How interesting. That's like the third card that we've come across in this set where Magic is playing defense. All right. Also, just like Michael Thompson, had the double blue knee brace. Why did they go with blue? That's what I want to know. Why not black? Was it the closest thing they could find to purple? Maybe that's what it was, right? They couldn't find purple knee braces, so we'll wear blue. because it's the closest thing we can find. Rick Smits. Huh. I find that interesting. Look at Reggie. Reggie Miller. George McLeod. And multiple Greg Dreelings. So we got that Magic. Here, let's put that Magic Johnson card on the stand. How about that? Let's find that Magic card. And only one. Damn it. Look at that. Only one. Couldn't find more than just one. There it is. Magic Johnson. Again, that was my favorite player growing up. Like, admittedly, I was not the biggest Michael Jordan fan. But, you know, I appreciated what he did. I just wasn't rooting for him. Especially after they beat the Lakers for their first championship. Kenny Smith. That's a dope card. Again, I love the artistic aspect behind the player. And Skybox was known for that. Adding a little comet tail to the ball. You know, little stuff like that, man. Hakeem going in the direction of the purple arrows. The artistic creativity was there. But again, this is a time where they were trying to do something different. Look at Vernon Maxwell. That man is on every podcast imaginable nowadays. Every podcast talking about basketball and sports, Vernon Maxwell seems like he's on every single podcast as a guest. Eric Sleepy Floyd. Tom Tolbert. Mitch Richmond. Oh yes, we're in the Warriors era now. Chris Mullin. Do we have Tim Hardaway? I don't see Tim Hardaway yet. Mario Ellie was with the Warriors. I had no idea. Isaiah Thomas. John Sally. Oh, there's the worm. There's Dennis Rodman. Got the hoops behind him, the rings. Look at Dennis. Dang, who'd have thought that, you know, looking at the late 80s and early 90s Dennis Rodman, that he was going to become the player that he eventually became in the mid to late 90s, setting records and just being a rebounding machine, right? Looks like we have a couple of Dennis Rodmans. The tenacity, Bill Laimbeer. Oh, that dude. Whew. Talking about dirty and physical and an enforcer. And then you had Vinnie Johnson. Yo, these players were just built different back in the back in the 80s. Joe Dumars is one of the greatest to do it, man. Such a great off guard. Lance Blanks. Such intensity for the game. Mark Aguirre. Or is it Mark Aguirre? I've been hearing recently that his last name was mispronounced his whole life, that it's supposed to be Aguirre, not Aguirre, but yet he kept pronouncing it as Aguirre. I don't know. I'm confused. Orlando Woolridge with the Denver Nuggets before Dikembe got there. This is pre-Dikembe Denver right here. Joe Wolf, multiple Joe Wolves. This is before Denver had a couple good years, right? Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Anthony Cook, Michael Adams. Yeah, this is pre-Dikembe. Things changed after he got there. Dallas, Roy Tarpley, Rodney McRae, Fat Lever. Man, Dallas had been that team for many, many years that used to drive me nuts as a Lakers fan. I don't know why, as a kid, they would just irritate the hell out of me. They were like such great competition against the Lakers for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they always played the Lakers really, 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 really tough. Them in Milwaukee. All right, last stack of cards here, y'all. Last stack. This is our last little stack of this box. Derek Harper with the Dallas Mavericks. Who else we got? Oh, we've got Cleveland, John Williams. Look at this. Look behind the player. Look at that. Look at the 3D multicolored shapes. Again, it doesn't seem like much, and it might even be a distraction for some people, but looking back on things now, like I have an artistic appreciation for what they were doing. I think it's cool, man. Like I really think it's cool. Larry Nance with the dunk. Such a different way to present the player, a different way to present the card. Look at that. Steve Kerr with Cleveland. Again, I recently learned that he was with Cleveland, and I revealed that in one of our other videos. Brad Daugherty with the red, looked like a red disco ball back there. Chucky Brown, Winston Bennett. So we didn't get to the Chicago Bulls team yet until now. All right, here we go. Chicago Bulls team card. Scottie Pippen. Look at that. With the blue star behind him. You know what? We're going to put that right over here. We're not going to put that in front of Magic, but we'll put that one in front of that Michael. Scottie Pippen. Will Purdue. Again, this would have been their second year. Oh, there it is. I've heard this is a very highly sought after card. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been hearing this is a very highly sought after card, and I don't know if it's because of the dunk. I don't know why, but there it is. This is the MJ that people look for, apparently, and we have two of them. There we go. We've got two. Here, we'll put that one right there. Dennis Hobson, Craig Hodges, Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright. Oh, BJ. I wonder, was that his first year with them? Was that his first or second year with Chicago? Let me know. Charlotte Hornets. I think this is the year that... No, this is the year before Larry Johnson arrived. Kendall Gill, he was already there. LJ had not arrived yet. Muggsy Bogues. And now we're into the Boston Celtics. Robert Parrish. Several of those. Kevin McHale, Reggie Lewis, again, may he rest. Any Larry Birds? Oh, D Brown. Look at that. That's from the Slam Dunk Contest. That photo was taken at the Slam Dunk Contest when he won it that year. When he won it, he pumped up his sneakers, right? He had the Reebok pumps, if you see on camera. He pumped up the Reeboks, and then he dunked without looking at the rim, and he won the Slam Dunk Contest that year. Looks like we have two Larry Birds, Larry Legend. Kevin Willis dunking it home, throwing it down. Makes me wonder, was that during the Slam Dunk Contest? Because I think he entered one. I just don't remember when. We all know this man was in the dunk contest for several years. Him and Michael Jordan battling it out. Only one of those Dominique Wilkins cards. And this man won it, and I believe, was it 86? 87, 88. Spud Webb winning it. No one thought he could dunk the ball until he showed everybody, yo, I could dunk the ball. Doc Rivers. Look at Doc Rivers. Otherwise known as Glenn. Well, everyone, looks like we are coming to the end. We are at the end of the box. No pun intended. We are at the end of the Skybox box. So, makes me wonder, how close did I get to completing the set? This is card number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so forth, and so on. So it does look like I have several of these cards, but I don't know how close I got to actually completing the set. And so now I'm wondering, should I go back through all of the other Skybox cards that we've come across so far on video and other videos and try to put the set together? What do you think? Should I try to put the set together now that I know that we probably were close? Makes me think, should I? Should I not? Is it worth it? Is it even worth my time? Is it worth my energy to try to put the whole set together? Let me know. So this concludes our Skybox set, our Skybox box actually, our extras, as you see here, in which this box was full of Skybox, but also included some Upper Deck, some NBA hoops from 1990 all the way up to 91, 92. Thank you so much for joining me. We got the MJ cards in the back. We got the hologram card back there. We got the Magic Johnson cards. We got the Scottie Pippen up there. Thank you so much for joining me. Drop a comment, please, if you connect to any of these videos, if you connect to any part of this video. Drop a comment if you connect to my journey as a collector, as a teenager. Again, this is the collection that my grandmother and I had for many years. And if you connect to this story, if you connect to the journey, please let me know. All right. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for walking down memory lane with me. And I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out, everybody.